let's go Group B. You got Australia, England, Namibia, Scotland, and Oman. Really exciting group. We're talking about the Aussies. Are we both just saying they're going to finish on top of this group? I think.
Yeah. I can't put it in me to say England will top this group. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Just hate England too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're both going. What are we both going? Australia, England, top two. Yeah. I think that's not obvious, like because a lot of people could say that England have more T20 specific players, but Australia
could easily go England in a one-off game.
Yeah. But I think Australia just, with the form in these tournaments, they just play so well. You got Stark coming off the IPL. The first 3 quarters of the IPL, everyone's going, what's wrong with Mitchell Stark?
Up until the playoffs.
Yeah.
He was shocking.
And then he just lifts for the big moment. So even Zampa wasn't too good in the Big Bash, for example, but he killed it in the ODI World Cup.
Yep, he took 3 wickets this morning against Namibia, but still.
Yeah, against Namibia, that's all right. They'll be playing. Well, they're playing Namibia in this thing, so he could get a lot of wickets during this group stage. So yeah, I think that one's pretty obvious. You got Namibia, Scotland, and Oman. What's the order you're going after Australia?
I'm going to go Scotland number 3. Yep. Your heritage.
Yeah. Richie Berrington, I think he's a good batsman. He's done really well at World Cups. Yeah.
Yep. Who's that? I don't know.
He's their Scotland opening bat. He's a good batter.
And then Oman actually in 4th, followed by
the Cricket Cranes.
Namibia.
Why are you going the Cricket Cranes at 4?
I don't know. It's just go back to our cricket filter. I just got a feeling. I think they've showed a little bit more than Namibia in the warm-up matches, and they had a one-off season tournament. I can't remember. It was a bunch of random nations.
No, that's right.
The Netherlands played in that tournament as well.
They did really well in that.
Yeah, so I'm going to edge just Oman, and again, it's like a one-off game. Whoever wins in Namibia and Oman, I think, is going to finish.
Yep. Namibia and Scotland in a couple of World Cups ago made it out of the group stage, but their groups were a lot easier than these sort of groups. There was a lot more groups.
Yeah, I think there were. Well, was it? There were more nations in a group.
Yes. Yeah, I think that was
like,
six. So 5. It was the top 3, I think, and then
I think it was top 2, and then third was like a
wild card sort of thing.
Best third place finisher.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Something like that.
Yeah, but they did really well the last week. That's why I'm edging them over Oman, who are very inexperienced. So that's my order there. All right, standout player for Group B.
Well, I'm surprised you didn't go this man. Because
I was leaving you for the Aussies.
Standout player for like the whole tournament, wasn't he?
He was.
In our Big Nation preview.
I didn't want to talk too much about the Aussies, but yeah, I'm happy with him. Who you got?
I'm going to go Travis Head.
Trap ball.
Freak.
You love trap
he
ball.
finished top 3 in the IPL. I think he finished 3rd.
Yep.
Top
in the
run scorers. He can win a game off his own bat, and he has. He did it in the ODI World Cup final against India.
Yep.
And he's more of a 2020 player. To be fair, is he more of a 2020 player than an ODI player?
Yeah, I'd say he is. I think if I was putting in order, even Tests, he's got a really good record. So would you put ODI last out of the 3 formats? I don't know.
If anything, I'd put ODI definitely up there.
Yeah.
Even number 1.
Yeah.
He can just do all 3 formats so well, and I just love his aggressive nature, opening the batting, instill some fear. So I'm going to go Travis Head, standout player.
I'm actually glad because I'm a Sunrise fan. Travis Head was the star for Sunrise throughout the whole season in the IPL. But I'm glad that Sunrise didn't win because he loves a sesh. Travis said he loves a big party, so I'm glad that we didn't win and he wasn't partying. And
he's not hungover for the
start of the World Cup. So that's actually a positive. Stark is probably a bit more controlled, even though he won the IPL. He would be a bit more controlled and want to concentrate on the World Cup.
A little bit.
Travis Head would just be having a big party in India until I reckon he would just be going into crap, my flight has to get over to the West Indies.
The Caribbean.
Yeah. Anyway, my standout player. I'll stay away from the Aussies for a little bit. Adil Rashid. I think he's had an underrated career, absolute superstar for England. He's almost 37 now, and he's still dominating with his leggies.
Yeah, it's weird. Number 1.
Yeah, is he the number 1 ranked bowler?
He's the number 1 ranked bowler in the world in 2020, by far as well.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So behind Hasaranga.
Oh yeah, that's right.
In front of Hasaranga, sorry.
Yeah, in front of Hasaranga, who I think was a leading wicket taker a couple of World Cups ago. He's average. What's his average? 25 average. He's got a 7 economy rate, which is pretty solid. Anything around that 6-7 mark is really good in T20 cricket.
Format,
and I feel like he can get the most wickets in this tournament. You got the West Indies pitchers are known to be a bit slower. Spinners, I think, will do really well. Some of the pace bowlers, unless you've got a lot of change-ups, might not be able to get wickets. So that's the other thing about the Aussies.
Could Travis Head take a couple of wickets as well?
Ooh, possibly. Well, Tim David in his big call said he's going to take a hat-trick, but I don't even think he's going to bowl every game.
If you haven't seen that video, check it out on the Cricket Australia social.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
But he's got the potential to, bowl a couple of overs, although I think, Tim David bowled against Namibia.
He's more of like an early opening sort of bowler because remember he was opening in the Big Bash.
who could.
Zampa will have to carry the load with the spinning, though.
Yeah, Glenn Maxwell bowl a couple overs, I assume. But you never know.
Yeah, you never know. Travis said, he could get a couple. But I think, Abdul Rashid's going to get a lot of wickets in this group.
Yeah.
Even he's has a decent record against Australia as well. So
yeah, I like that.
He's my standout player. All right, big call. What are you going for?
The Hoff.
The Hoff.
I love the Hoff.
Oh.
And I'm going to go with him to take 10 plus wickets in the group stage.
Hazlewood 10 plus. Just in the group stage?
Just in the group stage. Not
Okay.
even throughout the whole tournament, just in the group stage. This morning, I know, again, it's a warm-up match, but good signs against Namibia, who are also in our group. He took 2 for none off his first 3 overs.
That's crazy.
He ended up with figures of
how they not getting edge
2 for 5,
or something?
I think.
2 for 5. Okay, wow.
Off 4 with 3 maidens and a run out in there as well. But he's the 7th best 2020 ranked bowler in the world.
Yep.
And he dominated the IPL a couple seasons ago, if you remember that. So people think, he's very stock standard, hit the spot, which he is. It just works in all formats.
It does.
You just put it on the stumps. You're going to get some wickets. You put it in good areas. You're going to get some nicks. And I think he's got the potential to be one of the best Australian bowlers, even though we do have Pat Cummins and Mitch Starc.
We do underrate, I think, Hazlewood a little bit.
I think his whole career has gone underrated. I think he's the second best behind Pat Cummins. 100%.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
I think Stark's a worse test bowler than Hazlewood, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah. And but in 2020s, you're taking Hazlewood for this one as well. 10 plus wickets.
I'm even going to go in this tournament. I think Hazlewood is going to shine.
Bit more. Okay, don't mind that.
10 plus wickets.
Big call. I'm going to go big call. I did talk up England a little bit with Adil Rashid, but I'm talking them down again, which you were like. Oof. England won't make it out of the Super 8, which is the quarters.
Yeah.
Can
we talk about the Super 8 for a second?
The Super 8 is so confusing.
I know. What is it?
It's literally, so it goes by seeds. So Australia will be B2, no matter if they finish Group B1.
Yeah.
It is very confusing.
No matter if Australia top the group, they will no matter what, be seeded as the second place team.
Yeah, it goes by seeds and not where you finish in the group. I don't know what ICC has done with that. Yeah, maybe look into that. What are you doing?
So if you don't know, if you're listening, the group stage, we've got the group stage with the 5 nations. First initial group
4
stage.
groups, 20 teams,
And then the top 2 from each group progress into another group stage of 2 groups of
the Super 8,
The Super 8.
Very confusing.
Very confusing. And then the top 2 teams out of that play in the semi-finals.
I think it's just their way of trying to get more money, like more games. You do not need 2 group stages in any World Cup of anything.
They're trying to get more,
more eyeballs. I don't know.
Yeah, more. I don't know what I'm doing here, but more of the big nations clashing against each other. So some more marquee sort of games.
Possibly, but it's going to go for so long. Yeah.
Super weird.
Actually, I don't care about the length. It's more just a bit confusing.
Yeah, I love seeing cricket, but I don't think that's a necessity. And I think if just reward. So what's the point of rewarding a team for topping the group stage when they're not going to be topped as the seeded team?
It is weird. It is very weird.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get to
Super 8. England, I don't think they're going to make it past that. I genuinely think the likes of West Indies, South Africa, and a few other teams who are in better form. And I don't know. I think there's a few teams that will surprise some people, even though England are up there in the favourite. I don't think they should be in the top 3 favourites, England.
All of the Super 8 games are going to be played in the Caribbean.
Yes, which will genuinely help the West Indies so much. They know how to. They just go so strong with the bat. Try and hit sixes literally every ball.
In all fairness, that could even help England as well because their group stage is in the Caribbean. But I don't mind it.
England, I don't know, not to make it out Super 8.
England failing, love
just
it.
Just be funny.
Sorry, English fans.
Johnny Bairstow to somehow walk out of his crease and cause a bit of controversy. There's no Lords there, so no one's backing him up.
Johnny Bairstow taking the headlines again.
Maybe.